don't know if you can hear this. I want to thank all my viewers for all your beautiful words that you've sent me in emails, in texts, in comments, in all of that. I'm very grateful today. So happy and living in such utter joy. I actually cried a little tear this morning thinking about all my friends here and how cool it is we're all connected. So I love you all. So this is raising. I wanna say it properly. Uh, Rising Appalachia and Mike Love are what A Spark sent me, but a few other people sent me some of the same Rising Appalachia, saying that I would love it. And I've heard them before, but I couldn't remember what they were called. So love it. So today, I'm just having a quick chat here about your individual vibes and what everybody is kind of experiencing right before we go into the planetary alignment, and how people are feeling a little bit like in one part, and then just utter joy in another part. So, hi everyone. Also, I was wondering what your thoughts were. I'm gonna try and put together something a little bit more consistent over the next week. But Jean Pirro of Hamilton Radio .net, a long time in New Jersey, asked me a while ago to put a show together. I'm talking May. Oops. To be on a regular radio program. And so I'm thinking about joining that. And that would give me a place that people could tap into. So I'm thinking about it seriously. So, but your radio is not good background sound. Thank you. Um, Thank you for telling me. I'm very much about that. It was, I just wanted to let you know. Thank you for telling me to shut it off. Anyways, I was gonna, but that was Rising Appalachia. If you haven't heard of them, go listen to them. It is very much will raise your vibrations. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing a regular radio spot. So I have to get some details and actually set up a daily studio in my apartment instead of just this. Not that it's bad, but I like having a little bit more. Anyways, why was Doug Ford and Carolyn Mulrooney eating ice cream last Sunday? Oh, good question. So look up the pedophile code for ice cream. That's what you'll get. So there's a whole bunch of things, like you'll see people delivering pizzas, you'll see them talking about hot dogs, in the back of pictures you'll see pizzas. These are all code words. So when you saw Tom Hanks on Saturday Night Live, there's pizza clocks, there's a whole bunch of crap in the background. So yeah, they're just telling us um, what's going on, kind of, and that they are in control of the other people. Like, there's no way to me that Mario Como would walk out and show nipple rings on in a white t-shirt, which was totally disgusting. I know you all saw, or a lot of you did. Yeah, spaghetti, walnut sauce. Like, walnut sauce is, I think, one of the grossest ones, and they mentioned it actually in a movie I was watching. I'm just gonna think of what it was. They were in a boat. I'm gonna say it was King Kong, and the chef said something about having walnut sauce, and I was like, that's friggin' disgusting. So oh, back to work, Murray. Yeah, that sucks. So anyhow, that's what I think that is all that they're showing. They have to show us everything. So I wanted to talk about keeping your vibrations high and having a few chuckles. Okay, so what I'm gonna have a laugh at, my favorite meme of the year, I think, is this one. Show it all to you. Here we go. Got the Charon in the mask, And it says, "Have you ever wondered how many people you've killed by spreading the flu in the last 10 years?" Me either. Keep your manipulative guilt to yourself. That was boom, mic drop. So I thought that was funny. But the other one I thought was super funny is this one. Here's another Karen. I just posted it. When you go to fight the Karen Eternal, after you fought all the other Karens. I thought those were hilarious. But there's a lot of stuff coming out right now as far as man, my throat. Hmm. Oh, good. You went to the dentist. Everything went beautifully. That's awesome. Awesome. See how rainbow girls, great vibes. Okay, good. Yeah. So basically what's going on here is yeah, exactly. Nancy Pelosi loving chocolate ice cream. So I was going to tell you guys, if you haven't seen, I was going to try and find these pictures back in my phone, my old phone. I had pictures of the Porter, and I can't remember their other names, but Pelosi and Feinstein are related to the Hillary Clinton. I don't know if you guys knew that, but they're either sisters or cousins, and all of their names were changed. So you can see them in a family photo, say from the like late 80s or somewhere in there, and they're all with their husbands. And yeah, they're all together. So if you're curious as to why that is going on, and that's one of the reasons Pelosi pulled open her drawer and showed everybody her ice cream. All right, so it's under like what I've understood about what's happening with all of this is the execution list that was being funneled around. There could be, I think it's probably maybe 95% accurate. I think there's some disinformation on everything going around, especially with timelines. Okay. Like with Pence supposedly getting the vaccine. If you saw the pictures of it, it looked like an electric chair. It was pretty funny. So I don't take any, I don't really pay attention to dates particularly, other than the planetary alignment, and stuff like that going on. I don't care if there was some drop that said something, whatever, and it said whatever date is happening. To me, time is part of 3D. So I try not to pay attention to when things are happening because I'm more focusing on co-creating a reality going forward. So that's what I've been doing. So yeah, I've dropped off. Honestly, I haven't really uh, been paying attention too much to my feed on Telegram because there is a certain amount of energy that is required to keep like processing it. And most of where people are getting up to speed, and I'm not saying this from any purpose, but I've got the game in my head, and as new things pop up that are magical or whatever happens, I just kind of go with it. So it's like puzzle pieces are there and they're just starting to shuffle more into place with more information. So I, back in June, understood the 5D chess game that was going on and knew it wasn't just going to be a magical thing, or in May that we're just going to all of a sudden see a whole bunch of arrests and all of that crap going on. So in my mind, there are no toxic VAXs right now. There just aren't any. That's in my mind personally. That's my opinion. I don't live in the that 3D world at all because in my opinion, in 5D, only high vibes. It's a do no harm. No one has dominion or control over us. We have free will to choose. We still do. We always have. But we have free will to choose. And when our frequencies are getting more raised by the vibrations going on from benevolent beings and all of these things that are happening, pushing us into that 5D, it's harder and harder for those 3D vibes to hang on. And 5D is about do no harm. That means we've shuffled through the truth, acceptance, and forgiveness, and we're moving into that realm of light and love, and our bodies are becoming more light form. So when you get shivers like I am now, woo, It's like your body is light is cold. Okay, light is cold. So I want you to put things into perspective. Okay, everybody knows about the speed of light. Everybody knows about the speed of sound. Do you know what's faster than both of those? I'm going to wait a minute for anybody to answer here. See if you got it. Thought. Thought is faster than all of that. So when we tap into our subconscious in our pineal gland, we can literally manifest a new environment in front of us. And that happened to me yesterday. So I did a little thing on Facebook before I walked out to go to the grocery store because I've been attacked at grocery stores lately, one in particular, Superstore. And I was thinking about where that superstore is. And see, you guys are also smart. Where that superstore is physically on this planet. And it sits about 3 blocks as the crow flies from where the old where the trains came across the bridge and dropped it off. It's where all the cows came to get butchered, and yeah. So that's where Booker's restaurant is. If anybody doesn't know Calgary, Booker's restaurant is actually the old they used to slaughterhouse, basically. And I got a tour of that place in 2016. Yeah, 4 years ago. I was thinking about renting it out with a big group of artists as a space. They have a big warehouse area back there, and it's quite amazingly huge. And right when I was in downstairs with the person who was showing me the place, I cannot explain anything other than that's probably the most heightened and terrified I've ever felt in my entire life in a building. And the only way I can explain it is I taste blood in my mouth, and my whole body was like, I felt terror and fear. And I felt not only animals, but it felt like people had been murdered there. And I said that to the person. I'm like, do you know what this building used to be? And they were like, no. And I said, I don't know. I'm like 99% sure it used to be an old butcher shop or something, like where the train, and I looked it up, and sure enough, that's what it was. And of course, I didn't want to rent there. Not saying anything bad about Booker's, but energetically, wasn't in my vibration. So uh, the superstore where that's like where I keep getting harassed is so close to there. And I'm just going to point out that is where the homeless shelter is in Canada, or in our city. That's literally within a block. It's actually right across the street. And there's a lot of death around that area, just period. And in our city, that is probably one of the most visual places for sad art I have ever seen. If anybody has ever walked along the like beautiful bridge, like along the river, and they go down into East Village, right by the homeless drop-in center, uh, there is these art displays. I'm sorry, artists, but it's hideous and depressing. And there are these big paper mache heads and shit, and it looks so. And one of the pictures has blood red all over their hands. It's like such negative juju. It's like, ugh. And my friend used to live down there in these really nice condos, like in East Village. And she just recently moved out this last year. But yeah, it's just we talked about that art many times about why would you want to paint over a beautiful dove flying out of the like peaceful hands at the building downstairs or downtown. They were trying to paint over a BLM painting over top of the Calgary Cups painting of freedom, the freedom painting. If that's not a slap in the face, and literally the artist that was asked to do it, she's like, I want to do it somewhere else. They offered her $150,000. Like they were just trying to paint over freedom, ironically enough. Why didn't you paint over those depressing pumpkin head things? They're just sick. So anybody who's been in Calgary can gather. So that's kind of what oh, 44 viewers, 11 thumbs up, right on. So yeah, low vibrational energy, I think that is slowly being shuffled. We're moving to the paradigm where there is do no harm. And do no harm literally means do no harm. That even means getting a vaccine that maybe, you know, it won't be harmful. I've heard a lot of people go, I think it's a placebo. There's retractable things. Like, you guys, think about the movies, okay? Hollywood is where this all started, in not started, but they've been teaching us about it for the last 70 years. Okay? Think about the things that have happened in the timelines of right after World War II. So in 1945, 1947 was Nuremberg. The Queen was whatever, the fake Queen was put into spot around, I think, 1952 or 53, along with a whole bunch. I think that was the Korean War. Like, they just started, like, there's a whole bunch of things that we were taught through movies, propaganda, way back in the day, way back in the day with Operation Mockingbird, and that never stopped. So where I'm seeing it is everything we're seeing now that is frightening the shit out of people, even if you're awake or you're sleeping. It's scary, right? It is to wake people up. They have to be shown and told everything. So I don't pay any fear into, oh, we're going to be in lockdown for another year. Whoop-de-doo. That's your mentality. It's not my mentality. Those can be lifted immediately. So it's up to you whether or not you want to be in that digital and mental concentration camp, I guess, of still promoting that fear of what would have happened. I don't believe personally that those things are going to happen to me personally, because I have free will to co-create my environment moving forward in a higher frequency, in a higher dimension. We all are. We're getting pushed that way. So, uh, what has everyone seen about reactions to the well, this is what I'm saying. They're telling us that that one lady, okay, this was really hilarious. I just watched it. I posted it on my Facebook, but one of my friends posted about how the lady went on TV and she received the first vaccine. She's like, and then 17 minutes later, 17 minutes later, she's like, oh, I don't feel so good. Oh, I'm going to pass out. And she fainted. Come on. That's an act. I'm sorry. All of these people passing out and whatever, it's all bullshit to me. It's just false flags and to scare people. Are you awake yet? You sleeping people out there with your masks on? Are you awake yet that people are dying and passing out from this mask? Are you awake? Like, that's all that's telling me. It's just telling me that it's fake. So, and Hollywood is creating a lot of it. And what I mean by Hollywood is the old actors, the bad actors, have been replaced with good actors a long time ago. Like, to me, 3, 4 years ago. Everything that we're seeing now is literally a movie. It's a movie being played out. Are you awake now? How about now? How about right now? Certain things that we can feel, earthquakes and everything, are cleaning out certain areas. That's legit. Everything that's going on the face of this planet right now, to me, is nothing more than a movie. So there's people arguing about POTA should do this or that or whatever. All of it, to me, is a galactic arrangement built on timelines to do slow revelations to people so they're not all having a mass heart attack. So that's having our frequency and vibration increase too, because when you're happier and you feel like more energized and more thoughtful and more compassionate and more full of love, it's easier to forgive. It's easier to go higher than it is to be dragged down again. So that's where I'm going with that. Uh, yeah, and people are going to have. So I go back to, again, the executive order of 2018 of Trump when he said that he was analyzing everything that was in the vaccines, including eggs, because of people reactions to it, anaphylactic shocks and things like that. And the studies, like more studies need to be done and da 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 da. So the reason why you keep hearing him talk about the vaccines, to me, that's about arrests. It's nothing more than code work. The vaccines, the military is bringing the vaccines. Of course they are. The military is. He even said Pfizer, not Pfizer. And people only are hearing certain things. So to me, again, this is me personally. Um, we should be focusing on ourselves and co-creating a new reality. So a lot of people have stopped taking a lot of their medications. There was uh, shot, but the needle was already pressed. Yeah, I know. There's so much bad acting going on right now. So there's a lot of stuff being thrown in our faces. And the reason being is you need to discern with what's going on. So if you missed it, Snow White did tell us to, for your ego's sake and for your own mental well being, to stockpile again for 2 weeks just in case, and make sure you have your stores in case anything happens. But yeah, I did like it. I watched that part of it. But yeah, it's funny. Yeah, so there is a crisis actor guild, I'm sure, pretty much going on out there. Like even the lady who got the injection, like, come on, you're not even 90. So I've been watching a lot of really interesting movies, um, which I obviously, when you watch one movie that's interesting in a similar timeline, Netflix or Disney recommends another one, right? And so the one movie that I watched yesterday was called The Age of Adeline. And it was, if nobody's seen it, I recommend you watch it. It was quite interesting, um, because it was about how she didn't age for a certain period of time. I was like, they're telling us. They're telling us how you don't age for a certain period of time. So, oh, you saw it, Clarence. Good. Yeah, I really appreciated it. It was a wonderful show to kind of put you into perspective. If I did live that long and other people weren't living that long, like what would I do? And I probably do the same thing that I do now. Is when I fall in love so hardcore, and that yeah, it's hard to break out of that. But when I break, when it breaks apart, um, that relationship and stuff, we've all learned lessons from. Oh, I have, anyways. But I'm wondering, I would be like, I would keep doing that. I just keep, yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I do think that that we're in a state of acceptance and compassion and loving more. I wanted to show you this picture because it's my favorite picture of my grandfather. It's one of my only pictures of him. I think it is my only picture of him on his own. Um, but this is the one that was in a concentration camp in in Germany uh, for the last 2 years. He made that suit with his best friend, and in the two prams right behind is my dad and my cousin. So this is in Nuremberg, Germany, in 1947, right around when the Nuremberg Code was written. And if I'm guessing it was probably like August, July or August, sometime around there. So I thought it was really cool knowing that I wasn't even thought of in this picture. And now one of the things that, and my grandfather's in the shadow right here, that square head is my Uncle Johnny. You can tell that head a mile away. He passed away. So, but yes, this shadow and my grandfather were the two that were in the concentration camp together. He was Russian and he was Ukrainian. And Yeah, they met and stayed buddies. So they kept each other's vibrations high for almost 2 years in the camp together. They made those suits, they did a lot of stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting. I have to catch, oh, replay. Oh, well, I kind of jumped on here. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I didn't even know what time it was. So that's kind of what I'm talking about today is how you need to keep your vibrations high, find a buddy to connect with, and to have those chats. Like, please make friends amongst yourselves, you know? I really appreciate it when people do. I don't know how you get a hold of each other through YouTube other than but I know Raven Moonstone, or sorry, redpillraven.com on Telegram. There's like almost 300 people in there and sharing amazing information, and they're all connecting with each other. So through Telegram, I do know that. So yes, what else is happening? Oh yeah, I was gonna do a card reading, but I wanted to tell you about my card reading this morning. So Um, yesterday, I got the death card, and I got the death card along with the Grail Knight, which is the love card. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. So today, and like when I read it, I was like, oh yeah, I can see how I have to kill off old parts of the way I looked at love before. I'm waiting for 5D love totally. I know he's out there looking for me and I'm looking for them, but I'm not looking for them right now. I know what my purpose on this planet is. Supposed to be my warrior self, no distraction. So today we have planned to go later tonight over to my friend's house to do some music. So I said, look what card came out this morning: music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. And again, I got the stag and then the Merlin. So the Merlin is about balance and justice. So, but yes, I will wait patiently for the person I'm supposed to be with. I I know who it is because I've seen them many times. I just have to feel them. So, and I do believe my last ex, we also right now, like, um, I don't know how to say this without sounding weird, but I know you'll all understand. We have a relationship going in another dimension, and I visit that dimension a lot. And um it's that space I hold of light and love and vibration. And it's kind of the epitome of all of my exes into one happy spot of their highest vibration in their highest self, if that makes sense. So, yes. Yes, everything is going to, yes, everybody loves stay weird. Oh, I know, I love being weird. I always say, let your freak flag fly. That's my favorite saying. You're not going to fly it, no one else will, right? So, I'm gonna just Thank you to show up person. Let Baron read. Maybe it's Baron read. Okay. So we're going to place ourselves in our highest of selves so that we may clearly see, think, know, and feel the divine messages wish to come through this reading. Tell me when to stop. I'm going to stop now. Okay. None flung out today. It's 29:29. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Never seen that one before. Any guesses? Any guesses to what the cards are? I know what they are. Okay, so I'll show you. a great card reading, you guys. Okay, Rowan says the sun. That's not it. There's two. Okay, so I'll show you this one. It's called Burden, and it's 43. And the other one is the bee. Hey, the bee came out again. Sweet victory. Okay. So, burden. What burdens are you carrying on this part of the journey? Are you transporting those of others out of generosity or codependency? Is this burden so heavy that it slows you down? This marker asks you to stop and look at your responsibilities, your commitments, and all uh, that you bring with you on your journey. Are you clinging to an unhealthy relationship out of fear? Are you taking on the burden of others to prevent them from getting hurt? Do you know that this enables others to avoid learning their life lessons and that really doesn't help at all? Drawing this marker encourages you to release others to their path. It may be a time for you to ask if you're helping because you like being needed. If the answer is yes, then the message is truly to let go of this burden, for it's born of self-centeredness. Release the burden of others to the divine. They have also they also have their own angels and guides, just as you do. Trust in the divine plan for all. On a sacred path to Avalon, you must be aware that you pick up all the essential wisdom tools that you need to chart your course. Integrity, kindness, compassion, discernment, uh, discretion, faith, forgiveness, truth, and love are some of them. Once your tools are counted, see if the rest of what you're hanging on to is appropriate. This is the time to leave behind any unnecessary burdens and know that you have the strength to carry what is yours. Do you know what that means? Literally, it's what we're moving through. Surrendering to love. Surrendering to love. Okay. This is what the burden card is. Surrender it to love. So powerful, because that's what we're moving through on this weekend, is letting go of those burdens. I don't even like the word letting, because when you let, you borrow, you rent. No, we're going to surrender those burdens to love. Okay. That includes your family. Like, honestly, I was thinking about that. I'm like, if this was last year, what would I be doing? What did I do at Christmas, and how did that look? And how is it looking moving forward? Do I even want to celebrate Christmas at Christmas anymore? And I love the idea of celebrating on September 11th, to be honest. So, um, which cards do you like? What, is that what you're asking me? I have a friend who does Akashic records, and she does it intuitively. She doesn't use cards. So, yes, be selfless. It's classy and way underrated. True that. Okay, so the bee. The bee is about luck, industriousness, and sweet victory. When the bee buzzes onto your path, it's a reminder that with hard work and firm commitment to building your dream, a sweet outcome is assured. The bee is a symbol of luck, so expect miracles and your life will be victorious and sweet. Remember that you create your own luck. Haha. That is, effort is essential as you progress along your path in order to make your dreams a reality. The bee is an industrious, busy creature that's always making honey. The bee gets busy, and that honey will soon be yours. The bee is always a fortunate omen. Yay! Yes, so it is about manifestation and co-creation of your own luck. I love that. Surrendering to love, and I think it attracts to you easier. That's exactly what the point of my video was today. So I love the cards. So I love it when you guys all tune in and hang out. And oh, ladybugs are appearing. That's cool. Those are lucky too. So yes. I made myself, well, it's not for just me. I made some borscht. People are like, what's borscht? And it is, I put beets and cabbage in it, but I made a vegan, basically. It was cool way back in the day. Well, back in the day, I think they used ham hocks it wasn't vegan, but I made a vegan borscht today for the first time. I did not use chicken or oh, I usually use chicken stock, but yeah. And it will be vegetarian when I add sour cream to it later. So we're going to raise your spirits party tonight, and not like spirits, it's raise your vibrations. We're going to be playing music and writing some poetry or music for my poem, I think, and just having a lot of healing vibes and probably not going to talk about too much other crap today because it's not necessary. It's not necessary to me. So I'm gonna go on for a walk with my friend Samantha, and then we're gonna go, yeah, have a great time tonight. So I encourage everybody to get a buddy, get a buddy, a shelter buddy, a bomb shelter buddy, a concentration camp buddy, whatever you want to call it, and to try and just keep your vibrations high. Even if you just phone each other once a day and just say something stupid to each other, like honestly, the funniest thing that my friend Melinda and I do to each other every day. It doesn't matter how bad of a mood we're in. We're like, listen, Linda. We just do that to each other because we know it's going to make the other person laugh, you know. And sometimes she'll interrupt. She'll be like, no, you listen here. You listen here. We'll get into this like just funny, stupid conversation about nothing because it's funny. So that's what I'm asking you guys to do because now is the time that we need to help bring our friends up to a higher place. So it's going to be hard next year. This is why we're in training. This is like light worker training right now. So let's get rid of all of our burdens and surrender them to love. I'm getting hiccups now and move forward through whatever it is that's irking you. And also, some people have made comments about getting off of medication right now, and we're wondering if my personal opinion on doing anything new as far as spiritual development with plant medicine. If you've never done it before, this is not the time to start. My personal opinion. We are like big portals right now. And when those other portals are open, you are inviting a whole pile of stuff in. And if you have no control over getting your own spirit in a place of balance, then personally, it's kind of like you could be inviting people to psychically attack you every night because you have no idea, right, of how to co-create a different spot in that new vibration. So that's all I'm saying to you is please be careful about what you're doing with your own body, even with alcohol over the Christmas spirits over the Christmas season, because there is so much energy out there that it is like just imagine Casper the Friendly Ghost inviting all of his friends over for a party in your brain, and you don't know they're there for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden they wreak havoc in your mental space. So it's the time of sacrifice of the 3D world right now. That's why they put it at Christmas. So we're cutting down the tree of life every year instead of planting and admiring the nature and beauty of everything. So this is a time for sacrifice. So they're sacrificing a lot of negative energy out there. Do you really want to open the door to that? That's what I'm kind of getting at. So yeah, try and make friends here or on my Telegram if you're struggling. So there's a lot of people that I have pointed into the redpillraven.com on Telegram, and they're finding friendship in there and sharing. So am I seizing the sacred cannabis? You know what? I haven't smoked a lot as much as I used to. I'll explain how much weed I used to smoke and how much I can smoke, and then put it into perspective of what's happening now. So I used to smoke almost an ounce in 2 years ago, I was smoking an ounce every 5 days. Yeah, smoking a lot of weed. And that's high THC weed. It wasn't like schleppy weed either. It was like pretty good stuff. And over the last even 8 months, I was smoking um, probably about a half an ounce, which is 14 grams, which is about 2 grams a day, for consistently for probably 20 years, at least that. Now a bag of weed will last me almost 3 weeks. So, and I'm like rolling and giving to the friends and I give it away. So I'd say easily I'm down to maybe a quarter a week or less. So a lot of people are finding that. Yeah, a lot of people are finding that doesn't go without saying. Like tonight, when I go out tonight, I'm probably going to smoke because I haven't been around my friends smoking freely um, for a while. So I'll probably smoke probably a good quarter of an ounce tonight without question. But a lot of people have cut back. A lot of people I know, because they're feeling the frequency and vibrations, they don't need to smoke weed. So that's just a personal thing. So that's where that's at. But yeah, I'm feeling great. I've been doing the TRS spray, and if you haven't ordered it, please do that. It's the best thing you'll ever do for your body. I've noticed a lot of changes just even in my the way my body processes information. Crazy. My dreams are more lit, and it's just so, yes. So thank you for all tuning in today. I don't really have much to blabble on about. I just wanted to come up here and say to keep everybody happy. Oh, this is what I was going to say. On Sunday my time, which is uh like it's 10 o'clock in the morning here, 10:20, on Friday. So on Sunday night, I will be starting to do these intuitive paintings where we're literally just going to be doing. So if you want to grab a couple of $2 canvases from the dollar store, and oops, and what I'm going to be basically doing is just show you how to be in a meditative spot. And thank you to everyone who sent me pictures of your artwork. Amazing. Amazing. I got some wine glasses, some other canvases, pictures. You guys are like, even if you pick up that brush and paint or color or whatever, it is all with purpose and intent about manifestation of a happier mind space mentally. So that's what it's all about, is co-creating a happier mind space. So that's what we're going to do on Sunday night, and probably Monday morning is I'll just come on for that or the other thing, and just go with the flow. So that's all it is like we're just going to go with the flow, because it's not about perfection. It's not about, and it's not even what the finished product looks like. It's about the energy of the colors. That's why you can grab pencils, crayons. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you even use one pencil and one piece of paper, one pen. You know what I'm saying? Just have uh do you want us to send you art pics? Yes, send me art pics. I love them. Raven Moonstone at outlook.com. Yes, I do get your emails. Sorry, I can't answer to all of them. I do have a lot of emails of information coming too. So what happens is I'll go to answer one of your emails and somebody will send me something that makes me post it everywhere. And it's kind of like, so yes, I love seeing all your artwork, and I love you guys connecting even on Instagram, telling me, hey, I'm so and so on YouTube. And I love that. I love it all. So thank you all for tuning in. Grab all your energetic, intuitive supplies for Sunday night and Monday morning. So we're co creating a happier reality for everyone. And again, these are not about perfection. So I'm gonna go make some maybe muffins or cupcakes, something delicious for tonight. I don't wanna eat just healthy. I like to have the treats too. So, thank you guys. I really do appreciate all your time, and thank you for all your energy that you send me. I do feel your vibes, and you're helping me as much as I'm helping you. You inspire me as much as I inspire you. So I'm very grateful, very, very grateful to all of my friends here. I don't look at you as followers, even though that's sometimes what I call you just because it's easier. Followers means friends to me. You're not in a cult. I've enjoyed being in this session with all of you as well. Really, I have. Mm. You've made this road a lot more happy for me and a lot more high vibrational. And even when we get down sometimes by those 3D vibes, this is what we're here for, is to come together because we are all one. And you're all my brothers and sisters, and I love you so much. I'm going to start crying, so I have to go. Take care. Have a good day.